In the path of yoga, there's 8 limbs in which we work with that ultimately lead us towards our awakening, our samadhi. If there was a goal in yoga, that's the goal. It's the samadhi, it's waking up. It's that emergence with what would be considered the divine or love. This takes lifetimes, just by the way. And in the process of those lifetimes, there's something that we experience that's called karma. And very often we look at karma as being something, right, wrong, good, bad. In the spiritual practice, we don't compartmentalize like that. That's ego. What we're taught is that we are here in these bodies to awaken and learn what this love is. The rate in which we awaken to this divinity, to this love, is unique to each soul on their path. And all of us have to go up against certain aspects of our ego or our humanity in order to learn these lessons. Therefore, life happens. We can't change what is, but we can change our perception to our experiences. I'm not suggesting this is easy, but I am suggesting there are tools in which we can use that can help us both on an emotional, psychological, spiritual, and physiological level integrate this information so that we can assign meaning even to the incomprehensible, which allows us then to go through that process and mature and see a bigger spiritual reason to why things have happened as they have. But we can't skip steps, which is what we tend to do when we approach spirituality through that lens of bypass, as if the goal of the practice was just joy. That would be nice, but that would also separate, as if grief was somehow bad, as if our anger was somehow flawed. Remember, in yoga, no separation. Everything is connected. Everything is integrated. I cannot know my light unless I'm in relationship with my shadow. My hope is that you really start to look at your own particular narratives through this lens. In the spiritual practice, what we're taught is that as you're on this pathway, that everything happens the way it's supposed to in order for the soul to transform. Now, I said that as flip as I possibly can because that's a saying that we hear all the time in our spiritual practice that, without unpacking it, can absolutely seem like bypass. Everything happens the way it's supposed to in order for the soul to transform. It's true, and everything happens exactly the way it's supposed to in order for the soul to transform because, like I said before, you can't change what is. I don't necessarily believe in predestination. I believe in choice. But if something has happened, it happened. And there it is. It's sitting right in front of you. So now what do we do with this piece of information? There's a co-creative process that is going on within the subconscious. That what's being mirrored back to us is the essential lesson that will allow us to witness within ourselves, the places within ourselves that's disconnected from God, that's disconnected from grace. When we can begin to heal those limited beliefs, reframe those narratives, and come back into wholeness within ourselves, we can begin to understand this, that everyone's doing the best they can with what little they know, based on the trauma they've experienced and the lack of tools that are available to them.